Hello, everyone. Jonathan Valentin here. Super excited to share with you the book, The Return of the King. And right now, we're going to be talking about the preface. For most of my life, I believe the greatest challenge facing men was external. I believe the struggle of masculinity came primarily from cultural forces that misunderstood it, criticized it, and slowly reshape what society expects from men. The more I observe the conversations around masculinity in modern culture, the more it appeared that manhood itself had become something controversial. But over time, my perspective began to change. I came to realize that while culture certainly influences how masculinity is perceived, the deeper crisis facing men is not simply cultural opposition. The deeper crisis is responsibility. Responsibility cannot be legislated and cannot be imposed by culture. It must be accepted by the individual man. When responsibility is embraced, masculinity becomes stable and purposeful. When responsibility is neglected, confusion inevitably follows. Now, this book was not written as an attack on women, nor as a rejection of the cultural changes that have taken place over the past several decades. Many of those changes have created important conversations about dignity, fairness, and opportunity. Those conversations do matter. However, in the midst of these cultural shifts, something important has quietly happened. Many men have stepped away from responsibilities that once defined masculine leadership. Not always intentionally, not always out of selfishness, often out of confusion. The expectations surrounding men have become increasingly contradictory. Men are expected to lead, yet leadership is often criticized. They are expected to provide, yet their role as providers is sometimes minimized. They are expected to be strong, yet strength is frequently interpreted as aggression rather than stability. These contradictions have left many men uncertain about the role they're meant to carry. The result is visibly across society. Families struggle to maintain stability. Young men search for identity without clear direction. Fathers attempt to guide their children while quietly wrestling with questions about their own purpose. The data reflects these struggles in sobering ways. Men account for the overwhelming majority of suicide deaths in Western nations. Divorce has become a common feature of modern relationships. Many children grow without consistent fatherly leadership in the home. These realities are not presented as accusations, but as indicators of a deeper problem that deserves an honest reflection. But the purpose of this book is not to dwell on problems. The purpose is to rediscover responsibility. Responsibility is the foundation of masculine leadership. It is not built on domination, ego, or control. True masculinity is not measured by how much authority a man claims, but by how much faithfully he carries the responsibilities entrusted to him. A man demonstrates masculinity through discipline, through consistency, through the willingness to stand firm when circumstances become difficult, and above all, through accountability before God. For many years, I searched for clarity about these ideas. Some of that search came through study. Some came through observation. But much of it came through personal experience. The reflection in this book began as observations about the world around me. Over time, they become something more personal. The journey described in these pages is not theoretical. It reflects lessons learned through success, failure, and moments of uncomfortable honesty about my own responsibilities as a man. In the early chapters, these reflections are presented through the character of James, a man wrestling with the same questions many carry in silence. As the book progresses, the distance between James and myself began to disappear. Observations turn into ownership. Because masculinity is not something we analyze from a distance. It is something we live. The goal of this book is not to win arguments about masculinity. Arguments rarely transform lives. The goal is to call men back to responsibility, the kind that gives masculinity its meaning. When a man accepts responsibility for his life, his family, and his actions before God, something powerful begins to happen. Stability takes root. Purpose becomes clear. The future of the next generation grows stronger. Responsibility is not light, but it is necessary. It is the weight that shapes a man into the leader he was created to become. If these pages accomplish anything, I hope they cause men to pause, reflect, and ask a simple but essential question. What responsibility has God placed in front of me? And once that question is answered, the next step is just clear. Stand, carry it, and remain accountable before the one who entrusted it to you. So excited. I am super excited to see what the next chapters and the next moments that we spend together will tell you and will talk to you. And I really hope that it's a reflection time and a challenging time where you can step into the king that you were meant to be. See you in chapter 1. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.